what I've learned is that there's no one way to succeed in terms of international expansion from a point of view of the different models. I think you can do it. Let me just give you quickly two extremes. One is, you have a direct expansion. Obviously, you need to have a funding to be able to do that in individual markets. So that's one way of doing it. Another extreme is that of having, exclusive distributors, maybe mutually exclusive distributors. So basically, you lift the P&L from your company and have others that make those investments. Also, you can have a hybrid approach. So you can decide, for example, US market normally requires a direct presence. Other markets, almost smaller markets, almost by definition, they prefer you to have maybe a local distributor. In both cases, you can also, add additional channels, like, for example, reseller channels, okay, that are able to enrich. But however you do this, I think what I've learned is that you shouldn't start with any preconceived ideas. You should look at the specific merit or what is your value proposition. You should take account of who can you reach on those markets, okay? And then just go with a consistent model. So you cannot afford to change things, too often. You can sort of maybe shape them as you go along. And I think that's so flexibility and at the same time is sort of consistency. They sound like contradictory concepts, but I think if you have a clear strategic plan, then you can execute along these lines. I think that's, from a point of view of the lessons I've learned operationally. But I can tell you that beyond that, I think more important is really having a strong product and value proposition, because there's no substitute for that. And most importantly, I could say the right people. Because I think if you just have the right product, that's not enough to win. If you just have the right people or the best people, that's probably not sufficient, but it is the most important factor. So I would say best people with best product is almost a guarantee for success, provided you've done a good job in terms of the product positioning, the company positioning, and your high-level business plan.